It's still shifting paradigms. We doing what we do. I'm here with Nala Asa Shakur. Mm-hmm. You know, acai bowls from Ruby Jeans, big up to the Ruby Jeans.
How did you help me?
And so actually she's going to be doing our next feature here, presentation conversation at the Vineyard Neighborhood Association where we are right now. It's going to be dealing with all natural health and healing. Mm-hmm. But you know what I was going to say too? This is our third interview. Mm-hmm. You've been doing your thing too. I've been peeping you out. Good job.
Appreciate it.
No doubt. But let's go ahead and start with like your name. Introduce yourself, what your name means, and then, you know, just some background about Nala.
Okay. So, hello everyone. My name is Nala Asa Shakur. That is my chosen name, my appellation, my new birth name. I was born Tyler Elise Norman, which I love my name. And my family still calls me that because that's still a part of who I am. But just in the midst of my transition and just my lifestyle overall, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, I have just became and unlocked a whole new person that just doesn't fit under that other name anymore, under that vibration. And also I'm just really, names are very, very spiritual. They mean a lot. Mm-hmm. And whatever you name yourself, whatever you answer to, whatever you label yourself is the vibration that you are in. So Nala Asa Shakur. Nala is lioness. That it just explains my personality. I'm very fierce. I'm a leader. The queen of the jungle.
Maybe put my food out.
But yeah, Asa means healer, and I think that speaks to just my mission as well. And Shakur means grateful, to be grateful. And I did adopt that from the Black Panthers, all the Black Panthers who took on that last name, out of respect for a Black Panther who was murdered. And that last name for the Black Panther movement is very, 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 very powerful. Certain people hold that last name, and I feel like I was called to adopt that last name and to continue that lineage. So yeah, that's my name. I would call myself I'm a medicine woman. I am a creator and an artist in every sense. I love to create any and everything. I'm a medicine woman. I have my business, the All Natural. So I love making herbal blends, hair care, skin care. Like I said, I'm a medicine woman. So anything natural is what I do. And I like to teach other people how to come back to our natural state, not just physically and like what we're eating and consuming and putting on our bodies and all that, even though that's really important. I also take it much, much deeper in teaching people and leading other people in coming back to, for women, I speak more so, coming back to our feminine energy and coming back to like our nature as a woman, because this world that we live in has us living totally outside of our nature. And when you're outside of your nature, you become destructive to yourself and everything around you. So, and that was actually something that I heard recently that just, it just enlightened me. Like, I feel like I've always known that, you know, the effects of being out of your nature. But for women specifically, I heard this lady on this video, she said, women are naturally chaotic. We're naturally all over the place. Really? Yes, that's the feminine energy. It's all over the place. Like when you think in nature, nothing is a straight line. It's all just everywhere. That's how the feminine creates. And that energy is very healing.
Organized chaos, huh?
Kinda.
Yeah.
So that energy is very healing, but when that energy is paired with untruth and unsafety, it becomes destructive. And the woman unconsciously a lot of times becomes destructive to everything around her. Herself, her family, her partner, her friendships, her relationships, her kids, everything. The whole world. And that's why my mission and my purpose, I believe, through my business, through all natural, through everything that I do, that is why it is to get women back to our nature, because that's how we heal the whole world.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. You talked about it a little bit. You talked about how you picked up particularly your last name that you've given yourself from the Black Panther Party. So let's kind of dive more into that a little bit and talk about like what ancestral, historical, cultural, personal experiences have shaped your path toward natural healing. Like how has that, contributed to your development to come into this place? Maybe even share your journey a little bit into natural healing.
So ancestrally, my maternal bloodline. So my mother was a nurse.
Okay.
That was her passion. And I think that was her passion in the mindset of the time frame that she was in. All she knew was, I want to help people. I want to heal people. I want to make people feel better. And children specifically. She was a pediatric nurse. So, and at the time, all she knew was how to, manifest that. Was like, oh, I'd be a nurse for kids.
Okay.
So I feel like that just runs through my maternal bloodline of like that desire to help and to heal and to specifically children and women. My grandmother worked in a hospital she retired from Truman Medical, working there for 40 years. Wow. Like it was a long time. So she worked in a hospital, and my grandmother and my great-grandmother, they're all from New Orleans.
Oh, really?
So they got that spirit in them, that New Orleans
Creole
spirit. Yes.
Was it Creole?
Creole, French Creole specifically.
Okay. Wow.
And all of that runs in New Orleans is a very spiritual place. We know they do a lot of hoodoo over there, but there's a lot of medicine women that are sourced from New Orleans. And also on my father's side, my grandmother, my dad's mother, she grew up that way too. So her mother, they had their own land in Arkansas.
Okay.
And they grew all their own food and had animals and canned stuff. So
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. And then just like recently, more so in my life, in my lifetime, my mother was a nurse, but she quit when I was 2 because she was diagnosed with an illness. And so I've experienced watching my mother be ill for my whole life.
Yeah.
And I've watched her go to the Western medical system, and I've watched how that plays out and how that is only temporary relief. It's never, ever, ever, ever healing.
Right.
Like, and I think that made me curious as a child, like, because I would get hope every time, like, oh, my mom's gonna be better. And then it would be like, oh, it doesn't work anymore, on to the next thing. And I'd be like, okay, something is up here. Like, I just feel like we just keep spending all this money and time and pouring into something that just never...
It's not effective.
Yeah, so I think that's what the passion comes from, feeling that as a kid. And then the experience of like knowing, okay, this doesn't work, and that kind of made me like, all right, I need to look into like what's really going on.
Right.
So yeah,
the efficacy of what allopathic medicine is so surface. They've taken the spirit out of it, and that contributes a lot to why it's not as effective in Western like medicine, because they're not addressing the root. They're just dealing with symptoms. You know what I mean? So I get it.
They're temporarily treating the symptoms, and not even to heal the symptoms or to fully get rid of them, but just to mask them. And to make you addicted to using something to mask the symptoms.
And give you other symptoms that you need.
Yeah, you need something else for it. So
right, it's just stacking you.
The whole point is to get hooked and dependent on the system for your well-being overall.
Right.
To the point where like you can't even survive without them. And that's the whole point, is control.
Exactly.
So control over our body.
Health management. They call it health management. and managing your dis-ease.
Mm-hmm.
That's so crazy. That's so crazy. So you're an author as well, though,
I am.
right?
Mm-hmm.
You've actually released a second edition of the book, from what I understand.
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk about that book. It's called what's it called?
Love Starts Here.
Love Starts Here. This can also really, just give more background to, your presentation and everything you have to say authoritatively, and I definitely want to bring that forward. But talk about your book and even your brand, the All Natural as well, and how you have, brought those into life, and then what you're doing with them.
Okay. So my book, I started writing my book in 2017 when I was still in college. Very young. I was 19. And that book it's called Love Starts Here, because it's me just openly sharing my entire journey of like how I got to the understanding that love, everything is love, and it has to start within yourself. And it literally, like the relationship that you have with yourself, how you treat yourself, how you pour into yourself mentally, by what you're watching, what you're looking at, who you're talking to, who you're hanging out with, where are you, your environment, what you're eating, what you're putting on your body, your skin, what you're consuming, everything. Yeah. Mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. All of it is the culmination of who you are internally. And that internal world is just a projection of what we experience in this reality. And so my book is literally me learning that whole process and learning how can I shift my reality by centering myself? And how can I shift my reality by going within and healing within? Because that's literally the only way. And I think a lot of us, even me included, we search for love outside of ourselves. We search for, okay, what if I get married, I have a baby and a family and kids, then that is gonna be my dream and I'm gonna be good. That partner, them kids, that marriage, that house is just gonna reflect what's within. So if you have chaos within, you will have chaos in your relationships, in your friendships, your children. Your house is gonna be chaotic, like everything. So yeah, since a lot of us, we look for love outside. We look for titles, we look for validation, we look for people, jobs, all of it. Even places, people run from their childhood homes and think somewhere else is gonna be their space, their saving grace. But yeah, nothing ever shifts until we shift internally. So the book is pretty much all about that, like my personal stories. And I'm an artist, so there's poems in there. There's drawings. Okay. Personal experience. Yeah.
That's rich.
Yeah.
That's rich.
Thank you.
Take a bite, no doubt. Take a break. But yeah, we're here. Tyler Norman, aka Nala Asa Shakur. Asa Shakur? Asa Shakur. We're just talking about what we got coming up, but just giving you all some background about who this woman is and what she's going to be presenting. It's going to be very good for the community. And so on that note, like connection to the community, like how have you found yourself connected to your community? Some of the ventures you've undertaken prior and previously, and then we'll just start there. Like, what's some of the things you've done in the community prior?
So I will say that hasn't always been my strong suit. Okay. Connecting with other people. So I would say I'm really just now getting into like community work and like connecting with people. Okay. Because for so long, like I was so ungrounded and I was so like, some people call it spiritual psychosis. I was so like up here. Like, how can I change the world? Right. And I'm like, wait a minute. If you can't change your community, if you can't help your community, you can't help the world. So recently, over the few years, I've become much more grounded and just coming back down to earth and like, okay, I need to be present with where I'm at right now, with the people that I'm around. So I'm still working on that, honestly, how to work with the community. I do different things. I have, over the summer, Me and a friend of mine, her name is Brittany, we hosted something called a goddess river cleanse.
Yeah, see, there you go.
And so that was really good. We just bring women out to nature, women, children, bring us out to nature, show women how to cleanse in the river and the power of nature and like how much that has an effect on us.
Mm-hmm.
And I did some like sound bowl therapy, some somatic therapy there. So I think that is I don't know what my purpose is to serve the community. I wouldn't say that I am fully in it yet, though. It's unfolding. I would say that. So yeah, I know my purpose is to serve women and children in my community, and to provide those safe spaces where we can, have retreats and events like this where I'm just sharing my knowledge. So yeah. I'm giving services, doing my sound healing, sound therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's rich. Yeah, and I definitely had seen some of the things you were doing and something I wanted to talk about that because, that's essential for our sisters. Our sisters need a sisterhood and, perhaps you want to expound on that some more in terms of the significance of having a sisterhood, a core nucleus of sisters that you identify with, that you relate to, that, you just can just build with. Like, what's the significance of sisterhood to you?
Really, really, really deep. So kind of like I was saying before, like the way that we heal the world is to heal women and children, because women are the source of all life on this planet and children are the future. And women are the first caretakers of these children, and we carry them in our beings. So they essentially take on our entire vibration.
Miraculous.
Yeah. So sisterhood is important because women have to have a safe space to speak our truth, to embody our truth, to open up. So you know how like a flower, have you done gardening before? So like a fruit, let's say a zucchini, for example, there's a male flower and there's a female flower. The only way that you're gonna get a zucchini is when that female flower she feels like opening up.
Wow.
And that male flower, a pollinator or however it happens, gets his pollen to the female flower while she's open. And that's the only way that fruit is ever gonna come into existence.
That's heavy.
So it's the same thing in life. Like women have to feel safe enough to open. And when we're in survival mode, when we're in fight or flight mode, we can't open. We won't open.
Yeah.
So when you have closed off women, unsafe women in fight or flight mode, everything is destruction and death. Right. No fruit can be, nothing can be healed. No fruit can be born. And so sisterhood creates that safe space for women to open up, because we have to open up with ourselves and with each other first before we can ever open up to the masculine.
Wow.
So sisterhood is that safe space, that container where it's like, okay, we can share our feelings, we can talk about our emotions, we can talk about everything that we're going through, openly and safely, to create that. And then once we establish sisterhood, then we can take that energy that we have there and go into our homes and our relationships, and that healing energy ricochets outward.
Crucial. That's crucial. I want to stay here a little bit. Like, in our society, of course we look at our brothers, but our sisters too, right? Like, we just see us in a very de-evolved state in a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? We're struggling, we're hurt, we're broken, we're traumatized. So in that, when we like assess ourselves and we look at where we are, knowing that there's healing needed. But here's the question: how do we get ourselves to acknowledge that we need healing? A lot of times, even I can speak for myself, there was times when I would just mask my pain, really not even be aware of my pain. I was aware of it, but it's like, you know what? I had these patterns I already created. We was talking about it a little bit before, and you just jump into another situation and further suppress your pain, right? And your brokenness. Like, how do you go about acknowledging that? Or even speaking from yourself, but like, what steps can we take? Let's just focus on the sisters, for our sisters to really get to a place of like, wow, okay, I need some healing.
I can answer this for everybody, not just women. But Accountability. So relationships, especially our intimate relationships, especially if you have children with somebody, relationships are the biggest mirror to yourself. And so the way that we look at ourselves and figure out what we have within us that needs to be healed is through using our reflections. So the people who are in our lives who we're like, I can't stand that person because of this. They did this to me. And if you find yourself constantly pointing your finger, blaming somebody else, them, and you're holding on to this anger, that person is literally just showing you yourself and a part of yourself that you refuse to acknowledge and look at.
Knowledge first, right? You can't address it if you ain't acknowledge it. Yeah. And
so that's where the healing comes from, is like looking at our reflections and knowing like everybody is showing you yourself. Whether you might not like it, but that's how you heal though. You have to acknowledge it. And that's what, because I saw this quote too, what you avoid has control over you. So when you avoid things that you're hurt about, things that you've buried, when you avoid them traumas and those pains, it really controls you subconsciously. Because you act in those things and you don't even know it.
Right.
And you think you're not doing anything, but you're trapped. You created it though.
You're trapped.
Like you're trapped, you created it. And if you keep pointing your finger and you think it's everybody else, that's how you literally become, you create yourself as the victim in your own world, but literally nobody but you created that world. So that's how I heal myself. And I've been on my healing journey for a long time, since 2017. But my biggest self-reflection and my deepest healing happened after I was in a relationship. Because it was my first relationship. The first relationship where I had my baby. Once I stopped being like, I hate him, he did this to me, he did this is what's wrong with you. And I stopped dissecting everything that was wrong with him and stopped trying to tell him like, this is what you need to work on. You need to go to therapy, you need to do this. And I literally, one day I wrote down everything that I felt like he did.
Okay.
And I looked and I was like, how does this relate to myself? And I would literally read through it and I would be like, how do I do this? And every single one, it was like, I'm doing this. And he's literally just showing me myself. And that's also how you heal. I think a lot of us have these, I say it all the time, baby mama, baby daddy culture is literally ruining our people. Like, because when you don't like your baby daddy, your baby mama, like you are, you messing up your whole kids. Like you're messing up a whole lineage, because that spreads so much further than we even realize. Like I grew up, my older brother has a different father. And even that situation, it has literally just gone down the lineage of like, I have all these built up feelings because my brother had to leave and go live with his other family. So now I'm angry and I feel abandoned and I'm mad at my brother. And now, you know, it trickles on. Like it trickles until somebody stops it.
Yeah.
And it goes to the kids and the grandkids and it doesn't stop.
Right.
And I don't think people realize that. Like this isn't, you created a whole world with somebody. Like if you, we are, the mother and the father are literally the two pillars for this child. So if the mother and the father are at odds, the child is literally like, can never find balance. Because the two pillars that were supposed to showcase that aren't.
They're not present.
They're not present and they're not working together.
Yup, period. Yeah, I know about that. Yeah, that's heavy. I mean, I dealt with a lot of fragmentation too, so I get it. Like, it hurts. You know what I'm saying?
It hurts, and it's hard.
Heck yeah.
And I do want to say that. It's hard. Repairing a broken family, that is some hard spiritual work right there.
Serious work.
And that's not nothing that you can do on your own either. You got to call in help. Call in help from the creator, from your ancestors who played a part in that generational curse as well.
Right. Because
the reason why a lot of us are dealing with this is because it wasn't addressed before us, you know?
Yep.
So it's hard.
Yeah.
And I get it, trust me.
Yeah.
And if you lean into that, you can
you can get through it.
You can, if you lean into that hatred, it can take you all the way off the edge.
If you lean
Like,
that part,
yes.
talking about the healing. If you get to that, the animosity and all that stuff.
You can literally be mad for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. And that's where that acknowledgement comes in. You got to really recognize that this is present. Like, sometimes you just become so habitual and, you know, autonomic in your reactions. And it's like, you know, even knowing what you're doing, you just going off the top because all this trauma is triggering you. And you're just like, man, it's heavy. It's heavy.
And that's what it is. It's triggers. And kind of going back to what we were saying, like, how does the healing start?
There you go.
It is when you look at a person, it could be your parents or it could be your significant other, your ex or baby daddy, baby mom, whatever. When you start seeing that person as a mirror and you start seeing back that they are showing you what you need to address and you work on, and you actually start working on that and you start seeing a difference in your life because you worked on that, all that resentment and hate that you have towards that person, it turns into love. Because you're like, oh my gosh, I actually love you because you showed me myself. And without you, without experiencing you, I would never be this person that I am. And so that's how you come back to love. And that's how I come back to love with my child's father. Yeah. I'm like,
perspective.
I could never hate you because you helped me heal.
Right.
You helped me dig deep into myself. I would have never even seen these parts of myself without you here. So how can I hate you?
How about that?
Because if I hate you, then I hate myself.
And your fruit.
And your fruit.
Speaking of that, if healing is a vine, what fruit do you believe we're meant to bear, individually and collectively? If healing is a vine, right? What fruit, like what are the products of healing? Like what are the symptoms of healing? What do you get out of your healing? You talked about love, so I know that's a big one, but what other fruits can you see we bear, both individually and collectively, community-wise, from healing? What are some of the results that we'll experience?
Connection. Connection is a big one because the deeper you see yourself, the deeper you see other people. The deeper you heal and address yourself and connect with yourself internally, the deeper you can connect with other people. And this whole world everything is connection. Yeah. Like everything is an interconnected web that all works with each other. Right. And so many of us in this society, including myself, at a time, we're so individualistic. We think me. Like, how do I do this? Right. And we have this straightforward path of like how we're gonna do everything, but nothing happens without connection. Even if you think of just like life force energy, you need earth, fire, water, and air. Water can't do it on its own. Fire can't do it on its own. None of them can, but it's the connection.
4 elements.
And they all have to trust each other, and they all have to come together and surrender to each other to actually, for something to be born. So
that's great.
Connection.
Is that anything else? Or is that the biggest thing you see? Like that, like pretty much.
That's the only thing I can think of right now.
Focus of it. Okay. So let's because when we talked about this initially, you know, I presented this platform, this opportunity to share something. What led you wanted to speak about, of course, health? And we know that, but like, what do you want our listeners like and our attendees to take away from what you're going to present on December 1st?
So I'm going to present a PowerPoint, and I'm really going to break down like energy and the different.
It's good.
I'm going to break down energy and how we are energy and how there's different layers to our energy, and how we assess all of those layers is what health is.
Wow.
So it's going to be I would consider myself like a root worker. So I like to get to the root of things. So when we talk about health, we're only hitting surface level if we talk about eating healthy and, using natural products and like all that stuff. And I will hit on those things, but that's only the physical level. That's just the surface. That's just what people see.
Wow.
But when we talk about health, wellness, well-being, healing, it's on a physical level, on a mental level, on a spiritual level, on an emotional level. So I'll be breaking down each of those layers and how we can either poison those layers or how we can nurture those layers. So, yeah.
That's gonna be heavy. I look forward to that. Any last thoughts you want to share? Anything that you want to just wrap up with, reflection-wise, about anything that we touched on, that you just want to leave for this interview?
I think I hit some good points today. I'm gonna save the rest for when I see everybody here. At this presentation.
Yeah, we're gonna keep pushing the flyer, sharing it on all media that we can, and I'm looking forward to it. Now it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. That's what's up. Okay. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
No doubt. It's rich. Awesome. I'm gonna keep recording.